Good morning. How's everyone doing today? It is a mighty fine time to be around. Let's see, is that good? No drop frames. Sweet. It looks like getting rid of se.live, which was for the Stream Elements live portion, that has resulted in OBS no longer being stupid. I also found out that it was Restream was having issues this morning with the encoder. So, yep, I know the late stream. I apologize. Still trying to figure all of this out. All the streams beforehand were kind of impromptu, so whenever they went live, they did. But I thought that I figured it out by just uninstalling today, but nope, it was the encoder. For those wondering, I was using the NVIDIA NVENC encoder with HVAC instead of the X264, so that was a problem that I didn't really know about until I spent a little bit of time researching. So yep, a little late, a little gay, but we're going to get through it, and I have some stuff for you guys today. Josh, how's it going? Kitty, how's it going? Nux Tacos, hey man. So let's pause this song. We're gonna amp up just a little bit, and I want to kind of show you guys a little bit about what I finished up last night and the concept that I have for the intro portion of the Tectone episode. I hope you guys will be able to appreciate it. So let's see. Let's do one of these and this. And okay, So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at how we're gonna watch the intro of where I'm at so far, and then we're going to look at the intro for it. Now, there's some stuff that I'm not gonna do on stream, but for the most part, it's gonna be great. Tectome is banned again. Make something about it. That is actually part of the intro. That's gonna be a thing. So you'll get a feel for what's gonna happen in just a minute. Actually, I'm not gonna spoil. Well, we've already worked on the fucking intro, so yeah, the intro is the full length song. I'm not gonna bore you guys with that right now. I really want to workshop this intro. Okay, so this is in every James Bond movie. James Bond is always doing something when the movie starts. He's already in an operation. He's already out there doing something, and so I want to have him out there doing something already. And so I was thinking to myself, okay, what would be something that's wildly offensive but also really funny? And I'm gonna let you guys kind of watch the first little bit, and we'll see we'll see what's going on. So, yeah. Also, the overlay isn't working. I don't know. I'll figure something out, guys. I don't. It's I don't know what the fuck is happening. Anyways, here we go. This is what the opening's going to be. Let me make sure the sound is up. Okay. Okay, so that's the intro, and this what the adventure he's gonna have here is gonna result in him getting banned. We do need to make some more background music for it because I do want to actually have some music going through it, but it's gonna be a time. I'm really looking forward to how this is gonna come out, and then let's go back to here. And so I don't think people are quite ready for the shit posting that's gonna happen, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a great fucking time. So yeah, it's gonna be a wildly offensive take on what's happening over there, and then it's gonna be um, we're, we're gonna progress. So let's see. This is the first generation that I got, and it didn't play well. So, but it's gonna give you guys an idea. Generally speaking, it's London, England, at a London, England. All right. So this is the first generation that I had. It's not perfect, but it'll give you guys the idea of kind of where he's going. Um,
Well, boys, and I mean this genuinely, it's time for a little divine intervention.
Yeah, so I had to have some sort of Bond style quip of saying, "Well, it's time for a little divine intervention while going into the mosque." So okay, gotta have a little bit of cheese in there. You gotta have some of that. But yeah, the generation was almost perfect until he morphed and turned and just that was stupid. But this is kind of what the opening is, and what we're gonna be doing. Uh, and I want to watch Casino Royale. Yeah, yeah. I figured he would. He was popping off yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. Um, KYS is bannable. Yeah, he was banned for a completely different word. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, he crashed out over it. I would too. I mean, let's be honest. He's not. See, the thing is, if you want to call somebody a word, generally speaking, people aren't using it in the context that others want to take it in. People are usually using it instead of saying someone's an asshole, they're stupid, something like that. They're using something that's a slightly harsher term, and that's the intent. It's the intent isn't to any more than that. So, yeah. Uh, DM me just of that tech. Yeah, I'll send it to you. So yeah, this is what we're working on today. I have to figure out what they're doing in there, and just for context, while we're working on this, there's a couple guidelines that we have. Offensive stuff, whatever we want to do, anything goes. But the only constraints we really have are due to how AI does things. The first thing is we have to do alternative forms of action. So an example of an alternative form of action is in the Lord of the Rings series, or the Lord of the Rings openings. On episode 2, I had Tectone and XQC do Magic the Gathering, right? I didn't conclude that as it should have been in 2.1. It does, everything concludes properly, but it's just okay. It's an alternative form of action. The other thing too is to always remember whatever gets done in a scene is 8 seconds. We have 8 seconds to have something happen. Outside of that, anything goes, and if I can make it generate, then I will make it generate. But the general idea is we need to do something that involves Tectone, Hassan, the mosque, London, and a woman. So those are that's kind of what we got there. Good morning, Raigu. How's it going? It's this is gonna be a time. Let's make it like Jesus kicking the merchant out of the temple. Maybe. But like what would that imagery look like? Like they're in a mosque, they have Middle Eastern soldiers, and they have Hassan in there. So I like when I just to kind of give you guys an idea of where my brain kind of goes is I think of all the little stuff leading up to things, and I just make it up as I create. Right? I have an idea of where I want to go with the overall episode, but some of these like little segments, I don't really know where I'm going until I just think of something and I just get that spark of what I want to make. So, um, yeah, I also do need to get some more tracks that I can use for background music. And what would be the best way to do that? Probably to do this. Yep, we're gonna create this. It's that. Boom. Instrumental. And a little bit of weirdness. And there we go. Okay, let's say if just a completely new track that's not a cover, we'll make something interesting. We'll let that work here in just a second. So, okay, this is the latest iteration of what I had gotten, and it was almost good. Except he walked through the fucking table. So there's that. I could. Ooh. Watch Tech, yes, you are correct. However, do I really want to depict those subhuman types that are usually at those rallies, like at the forefront with the banners? I don't think I really want to disgust every human being on the planet with what I can make. So I think instead we need to make something more pointed towards Hassan. That's kind of where I'm thinking. In any case, kick out Downey Weasel's wearing turban. Yeah, but he's not. But Downey isn't that, right? What would Hassan be doing in a mosque? And obviously, as people may have noticed with Tectone, The main thing that he always says when he means something is, "I genuinely mean this." That is one of his catchphrases. Okay, we're gonna generate some more. I do have. I could do 81-ish generations. So we're gonna see what we can get done. I do get. I have some of the YouTube money coming in this afternoon, so I can get some more generations later today. So I'm not terribly worried about going over my generation thing that I have right now. Okay. He's not saying anything here. And okay, we'll generate again. We'll see what we can get done. Keep the setting part, getting up, cut it, and make it to a different angle and make it clean. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That's actually not a bad idea. Fat frogs. No, fat frogs are the fat frogs mean a lot of different things, and in this context, it wouldn't make sense for that. So I'm just trying to think. Best way to support Patreon or merch. Well, Patreon is going to get me more money, so there's that. But merch gets you something. So, I mean, I'm always going to steer towards merch just because you actually get something. But if you're trying to think about monetarily what supports the most, it would be Patreon. Okay. Praying to Allah when there's a genocide happening. Ooh, that would actually be pretty decent. I do know. Okay, so here's my plan so far of what I have. He's gonna get up. He's gonna say, time for a little divine intervention, and he's gonna wink at the camera just to like have a little bit of fun because we gotta have a little bit of fun. And then the other thing that I want to have is he's gonna go up to the guards and say that he with the secret passphrase of Durka Durka in order to get through so he can get inside. So I know that that's going to happen. And after that, I don't really have much. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, so where was the dialogue? There we go. Okay, so he's getting up and he's walking away. At what point should he have that message? At what point the glass disappear? Yeah. But I'm fine with that. I'm more fine with the glass disappearing than than him phasing through an object. Because maybe he's a magician. You never know. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. At what point should he do that? Is he like walking up to them? Is he like? Oh, I know. Okay. Scene is an ornate mosque. Becky is up against the side of the truck, peering out at the yeah, we'll leave the 3/4 view. That on the right third. Let's change that. Right third of the screen, peering out at the mosque and says, okay, we'll see how that turns out. Bannerwalkie, how's it going? So just so that I can also explain more of what's going on with my prompts, and so that how you guys can get more out of your prompts. Everything that's in my episodes, I've written everything in there. So everything is of my design, my description. So AI doesn't say anything for me, and I've written every last bit of dialogue, all that shit. So the first thing that I'm doing is I was getting some weird results where it was kind of doing some anime things, and I really wasn't a fan. So I put 4K cinematic scene filmed on 35 millimeter film just to make sure that it's actually filming it, right? And then presenting it in a real fashion, if that makes sense, instead of an animation, 3D or anything like that. I wanted to actually be like a movie. And then I have the description for Tectone. I say what the camera shot is because I want it to be very specific right now. Sometimes I'll just let it kind of do its thing if I want it to be a flat scene, but other times I'll actually give camera direction. And I do that so I describe the style of what I'm doing. So, for example, let's say you're doing anime, right? You would do anime, whatever the case may be, and then you would have your character descriptions of however many characters you have in there. And you always want to have the characters that are gonna really matter in your scene to be right there at the top. So, for example, Tectone. But like, if you want somebody in the background or a random person to have dialogue in any way, shape, or form, you also want to include them as a named thing. In programming terms, you're basically assigning a variable. In AI terms, it's tokenizing. You're saying that whenever I use this word, so whenever I refer to techie while I'm writing this prompt, it's going to refer to what techie looks like. Right, so it's really important that we do that. And then if I have him talking to somebody, I'll want to make sure I have everybody in there properly set up. Um, I then sometimes I'll have a camera shot of how I want the camera to actually shoot the scene. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. Okay. Oh, okay. And then I'll describe the scene first. So I'll say that he in this instance that he's across the sitting at a cafe across the street from an ornate mosque that has an old military truck parked out front and a large number of Middle Eastern soldiers in the distance. He has his legs crossed as he drinks from a cup of tea. I just had a fucking hilarious idea. What if I decided to I can actually model Tectone in Arma and have like a shootout in Arma and just kind of have that as like a little like fun little bit for like 8 seconds of him like shooting people. I don't know. Maybe that would be funny. Maybe that's too much, but I don't know. I'll think of what I want to do there. But maybe it'd be funny to have like 8 seconds of video game footage and have people wondering what the fuck is happening. I don't know. Um, Josh, hey man, I really appreciate it. And Berto, how's it going, man? So yeah, it's all about describing your scene. You want to really act like a writer or director in whenever you're doing Veo prompts. Sometimes, for example, let's see how this
Well,
works.
boys, and I mean this genuinely, it's time for a little divine intervention.
Okay, perfect. That's gonna work. Fuck. Hold on. I need to make a new folder. Uh, Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I had to put it all in a different folder because I have the song in another thing, and I need to have everything separated in folders because of how all the clips are separated. Um, Give me 1 second. Okay, so I have my intro sequence, I have my song, and then I have main. Oh, not new folder. I want it to rename to main. Why are we dropping frames again, dude? All right, we back? Yep, we're back. Okay. Sorry about that. I have it's super irritating. Yeah, no, it's an Iran Pakistan strat. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I could do, and I apologize for why the stream drops randomly like that. It's really fucking irritating. I don't know what's going on, so apologies. Anyways, so okay, folders are made. I can now set things up for the intro, the song, and then the main action. So there's that. And okay, we're gonna continue on from here. So the scene is here. Techie approaches the soldiers and says, "Who try and stop him," but he says, Durka, uh, and the soldiers let him pass. Okay. That sounds good to me. Alright, so we're just working through this scene. What is Hassan doing inside? Because we have Hassan that went in. So for those of you that didn't see yet, and great. I forgot. I can't do that. Cool. Sorry. So for those of you that haven't seen it, can I swap encoders? Is that what's causing it? Is NVIDIA really the thing that's fucking me right now? I don't really know. So, Goodman Zorn can't lift. Ooh, that would be pretty good. All right, so real quick, just one more time. God damn it, dude. You just... And then the cat just had a nuclear grade shit. That is the foulest thing I've ever... How... Hold on. Sorry. Okay, here we go. This is what the intro is. I need music to cut in right about there. So we'll get into the music in just a second. So now we're gonna finish setting up our scene here. So we have right there and right there. Okay, so we're gonna keep going.
Well, boys, and I mean this genuinely, it's time for a little divine intervention.
Okay, so I think that's what we're gonna go with so far. All right, and then let's see what we generated. Oh, god damn it! Put truck nuts on his back. What's that? All right.
Slow! Darka!
Nah, that doesn't play well. I'll figure that out. Okay, music time. Need to see what does this look sound like. Nope. No. This sounds like ass. I'll come up with something. Cat has provided his opinion on Hassan. Yes, I 100%. Okay, so weapon of choice has to be the swastika sword. Ooh, that is a great idea, and I'm all about it. I saw him doing the wake up Ethan with iCux. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's a really good idea. Because they're trying to use the speaker system, the PAs on the mosque to to start screaming out, "Wake up, Ethan," or "Wake up, Ethan" again, something like that. And so Tectone's gonna interrupt that. I like that concept. That sounds funny. Okay, we'll do that. That works. I have to think about how he's going to interrupt that. And no, we can't, Kurosaki, we can't do that because we know that Hassan is already gay for Asmongold, and we also know how people in that region treat gay people. So I can't have him killed right away. So yeah, as much as I wish, I think that would be really funny and we could get away with something like that. I think instead, him trying to use the mosque speakers to play "Wake Up, Ethan" would be funnier. Because we all know that Ethan is the money man. So, okay, that works for me. All right, how do we do this? How do we want to have Tectone interact with them? Because right here, it just seems too casual. Seen in the background, sneaking towards the entrance of the mosque with his back to the wall as he stealthily, oh my god, moves past the oblivious guards. Okay, let's see if that will work. One problem with Veo is if I was actually filming this, right, I would have a lot of stuff more focused on foreground and you would see stuff in the background happening. But whenever you're describing something like a character, Veo really, really likes to focus in on that character and not have things in the background. And they really like putting your character like front and center, so you don't have much of an option to really have them in the distance. It kind of sucks. Okay, we'll try this. Toss a holy hand grenade. That is a phenomenal idea. The real question is, can it... I guess the question is whether or not Veo will actually display blowing up a mosque. Yeah, I'm gonna need to think about that and how I want that to be. Like, if it really comes down to it, I have some M80s and I can just like get one of those little prop mosques and I can just film myself blowing it up. So like if it really comes down to it, I can do that if I really want to. So that's an option. Rainbow lightsaber. I mean, that could work. It can blow up a wall, maybe on a mosque. Why not? Well, the issue is like I don't know. People at Veo are really ridiculous. Okay, once again, it's not. That's not at all what I'm. Okay, we'll try that again because that was shit. But yeah, blowing up. It's there are certain things that Veo just won't touch for a variety of reasons. and one of those is for religion. So I'm just trying to think of what to do there. So yeah, we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go with this. I did generate a couple more instrumentals that we can listen to. Was this one? Yeah. Could play it. Use a roach bomb or a lobster bomb. Ooh, that'd be great. Hey Josh, thanks dude. Don't forget about Techie Pokemon. What about Techie Pokemon? I actually have forgotten. I have no idea. I do not remember this. Okay, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, what? This is stupid. Sneaking behind the guns towards the entrance of the mosque. Yeah. I like how it makes an image for the songs. Yeah. Some of them have been pretty fucking great. But yeah, I said, it's on 35mm film, and it decides, yep, we're gonna put film. It's like, what the fuck are we even doing right now? Like some of these, like this one, like the art for that is pretty great. Just dancing roaches, and I don't know, it's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just trying to think of what is Hassan doing in there, and what is Tectone trying to stop? That is the question. Actually, no, we got that already. It's the wake up Ethan. He's trying to do that over the mosque loudspeakers. So we have to figure out how to do the action portion. What other games besides Arma have a mosque? Does Reforger actually have a mosque? Does Reforger look good enough for it? Hitman have one? I'm trying to think of something that I can mod with a Hassan and an iDubbbz character as well. I'm just trying to think of how to get action in there, because AI doesn't understand action. Once again, it doesn't understand. I can crop that out. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're not going to get sneaking into the front. So we're going to have him opening up a tunnel. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Teki always wanted to be a Pokemon trainer. Oh, that. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, he is going to be a. Okay. I have ideas. Probably reducing context of tokens and heavily loaded advanced system. I've noticed certain times video creations are pretty shit. Yeah, no, I get that. So, okay, so now we're gonna simplify it further. Teki is let's see, walks into a side alley near the mosque and opens up a manhole cover and goes inside. Down, or it goes down into the hole. Let's see if it does that. Because yeah, if it gives me another fucking shit generation, then we'll focus on the soundtrack of it. But it's really frustrating. The Pokemon thing. So I have a couple ideas. I have an idea. Maybe he captures. That's an idea. What if he captures iDubbbz in a Pokeball, and then that way, because it'll be Hassan and iDubbbz up there doing the whole wake up Ethan thing, right? And so he kicks Hassan like out of the tower or whatever, and then iDubbbz is there and he throws a Pokeball. He captures Ethan. So then later in the episode, he can throw it as a distraction to a bunch of guards, where it's just this man in a green costume jumps out and just says, "I'm gay," and that's the distraction. Maybe that's a play. He captures Egrill and Hassan Orbiter. Not a bad option. It was. Why? Why didn't you go in the fucking hole? Fuck. Cool. Yeah, Hassan using iDubbbz, yeah. So, I mean, that's also, Josh, it's also decent. The mosque is a Pokemon arena. Hassan is a gym leader. Welcome back. Super Victory Bell is the name. Maybe. I'll think about it. The interrupting the wake up Ethan thing I think sounds great. So for that, I don't have. Okay, so I have some songs that can be like the intro to the casino part. So I know that we have plenty there. Let's listen to. Let's see what else we have for like background music. That's James Bond-esque. Oh, we have the Truck Nut song. Let's see if we can do that. Actually, that sounds fucking hilarious to me. Okay, let's find Truck Nuts. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there we go. There's the easy fucking way of doing it. The question is which version. So there was this one. That's $2,000. I don't want that. Which one did I go with?
Hey, y'all
Nope.
Hey, y'all listen.
Nope.
Hey, y'all listen up.
There it is. Okay, so let's see if we can have this. This is working. This is gonna be a lot. Okay. It's just not understanding that he needs to go in the fucking hole. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're right now we're cooking with what we got. Just because I have an idea and a concept of where I want to go with this. Um, we're using the Truck Nut song as well because that was the other Tectone song. Nope, that's an Escape theme. Nope. Nope. Nope, those are all shit. Okay. I'll figure out the music later. Hey, Cybertoast, how's it going? So the intro part, it doesn't need to be super long. That's the thing. Like if you watch Casino Royale, right? The entire intro was him chasing after the dude in like Monaco or Morocco or something like that, and I think they were going after a diamond or something, and the dude ended up getting fucked up in a pit with like a mongoose and a snake. And so it's like, okay, like they ran through and they chased a bit and then it was over and then you got the main theme. So that's what I'm kind of going, that's what we're working on right now is what that opening bit is. What would what would Tectone's Pokemon be? Alcondor Pasa? Maybe. Maybe. I do have the generation, or I do have the prompt for it still. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so let's try and have him go through the fucking manhole cover again. Okay. Becky walks into a Middle Eastern alley and opens up a manhole cover. Or I'm sorry, we're gonna put a comma. All right. And then let's also get rid of the camera shot. And let's try this. Let's see what we can get. I don't know what the other Pokemon would be. I do know, so for the record, I do know that the Q equivalent is going to be Shinya. I think that's funny. And then I don't know who M is going to. I don't remember if I said who M was going to be. Did I say that was going to be Asmongold? Maybe it'll be Asmon. I don't know. I do also know that he's going to walk up to and talk to everybody about the other Menace Group people about doing things. So he's going to talk to Brandon and Dona, and they're both going to reject him. The only person that is going to help him from the Menace Group, and also Charlie's going to reject him. And so then the only person that's going to help him that he finds out about on the way is Nux. So Nux is going to be in this episode. For those that haven't also heard, Tectone is this is a dual spy movie or a dual spy episode. So you have Tectone as the James Bond equivalent, and then you have Nux as the Splinter Cell equivalent. So that's what we got going. Okay. Perfect. I'll take it. Okay, so at every point that he can talk, he's going to say, and I mean this genuinely. So so right now he is going to be crawling through a slightly dry sewage tunnel and says, boys, and I mean this genuinely, this shit stinks worse than Frogan's fat folds. Okay. There we go. More Pegasus Pokemon would be funny. Ooh. M should be in. Okay, perfect. I actually like that idea of M being Lego mindset. That works. And then I can, yeah, okay, that works. I have an idea for that. Do actual Pokemon for that. I'm not going to do actual Pokemon. It's going to be like using Pokeballs and then using the references of like how Pokemon kind of works, but with just dumb shit. And more Pegasus as a Pokemon would be funny. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Frogan the Pokemon. Frogan is so large that she couldn't possibly fit into a Pokeball, even if like you tried. That just would never be able to happen. You would need to get like a semi truck sized fucking Pokeball in order to shrink her into that. I'm dripping coffee on my fucking shirt. Snorlax? No, dude, she's like 250 fucking Snorlaxes in one. And twice as dense. She has blood type Big Mac. Let's see. Let's see what I have for classical that I've done. Oh. Yeah, I can't put those in Yeah, yeah. I think you guys can guess what the N stands for. Okay, so it really doesn't want me to find that. Your son might be onto something there. Yeah, I'll think about what I want that to be. We're trying to get. Okay, so let's see if we can get this to use styles and lyrics, instrumental. We're not covering a very weirdness. See if we can get something wild there. All right, here we go.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, this shit stinks worse than Frogan's fat folds.
That's Stang. Don't know why he's Australian, but you know what? We're gonna keep it because it's weird and it's funny. Okay. So he's gonna. It's now gonna be inside the mosque. Opens a manhole cover inside a mosque and looks around. He says, "Boy, okay, what's he saying about the mosque?" I didn't know the sand people could make okay, so here we go. So he's where he crawled through the shit. He's now getting into the mosque, and he is going to say, "Boys, and I mean this genuinely. I didn't know sand people blank. What are we doing here?" Casey Tron? Well, Casey Tron could work, but I mean, if you try and use her, she's constantly confused because she's always fucking high. So Casey Tron wouldn't be of any value. And that's the point. And so I'm very much in favor of doing that. I think that would be funny. That would work. The broken Pokeball should just fall to the ground. Yeah. That maybe that's a good one. That yeah, because ooh. Okay, so what? Okay, all right, all right. Concept. Hear me out, right? So Hassan's big plan as instead of doing the wake up Ethan thing with iDubbbz, instead his plan is he wants to destroy the Earth by throwing a Pokeball with Frogan in it, and it impacts the Earth and it starts drilling deep into the planet to blow up the planetary core and to turn into a black hole because of how dense she is. How would Tectone counter that? How offensive should we be to Sand People? Have you seen my content? I don't hold back any punches. I'm just trying to think of something funny to say about the interior of like a mosque. And for the record, all of my experiences of being inside one has been in Arma 2 and typically been blowing them up. So you can use that for whatever frame of reference you'd like, but that's my experience with it. There was one time in Insurgency where we fortified one into a base and then we blew it up afterwards. So, I didn't know Sand People knew what art was. Let's try that. Knew what art was. Hey Ray, how's it going? Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Right now, Ray, by the way, we're not doing the main portion as typical with James Bond stuff. We are having we're doing the intro. So it's always that intro action sequence where it's real quick, out of the way, and then we get into the main theme and we start getting people we start getting shit going. I know what we can do. Okay, so also as part of the end of the thing, right? Okay, so the last sequence that it's gonna have before it cuts to the song. So everyone has probably seen what Tectone got banned for, right? And so I can't actually have Veo say the word, but to make fun of it, what it's gonna be is the last sequence is man, that dude is a father. Right? But cut it right at the perfect moment, and at that point immediately have it start playing the song. Come on, that's Can the moss be extremely gay looking inside? Yeah, we can do that. That'd work. That would work. The intro and main theme, yeah. Yeah, he 100% predicted his face on saying the word. I'm just trying to think. I think that would be hilarious. And then when it picks up after the theme song, he's talking to M, which is Legal Mindset, who is giving him legal advice on words that he can and can't say, and Tectone just doesn't care. I think that's what we're gonna go. I think that sounds funny to me, and I think that's what we're gonna go with.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, I didn't know some people knew what art was.
Okay. Or do we not explain anything that's happening, and we go with who was it? Wojtek. We go with Wojtek's idea of having it looking incredibly gay inside. He pops up out of the cover, and he says, "This looks like a place for fathers," but we cut it, and that's when the intro song starts. Actually, I think that's going to be perfect. Okay. Okay. He emerges from a manhole cover into the interior of a rainbow and incredibly gay uh, art inside of a mosque and says, boys, and I mean mean this genuinely. He said not to open the F box. Yeah. It's really sticking with it really stuck in his Aussie accent. Yeah, I don't know. That's Father Ideas Golden Man. Yeah. You have to play with what you get, and this is what it is. Okay, so boys, and I mean this genuinely, this place looks like it's for fathers. Okay. Let's see if we can get it, and then we'll put it in DaVinci, and we'll see how it actually plays out. I think I'm gonna remove Hassan from it too, just to kind of like, because that's just gonna be too much, and we already burned through 20. Let's see, 12 credits, and we have 69 nice left. I do have some money that's coming through Venmo, so I can actually get more credits, because I can't do anything through my bank account or PayPal or anything. But Venmo at least is still available to me. I think PayPal is still like negative 700. My bank is negative, I think still $4,000. But Venmo I still have, so I'm gonna pump some credits into Veo to make this a good episode. I want it to be longer than normal. The mosque is gay because it's on. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe we can keep it. So that's not gonna be so Nux isn't gonna be in there. Oh my god, this is glorious.
Oh, boys, and I mean this genuinely, this place looks like it's for father. And I mean this genuinely, this place looks like it's for father.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. Okay. Okay, give me a second. Let's go to the editing screen. Oh, went way too far, but fuck it. Jesus, dude, cats are going crazy right now.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely. This place looks like it's for father. It's for father.
Does that work? Does that work though? Hold on.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely. This place looks like it's for father.
Does that work? Or does it need to be a different word? Do we need to use a different thing? Does that work?
Oh, boys, and I mean this genuinely. This place looks like it's for father.
Like, does it work, or does it sound like he's trying to say fart too much? That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Like, does it come across right, or Should we do it again? I think we'll do it again. Okay, I need to come up with a word for it. I need to come up with something that's gonna work. It's kind of drank, but not too bad. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, because we want to cut, but we want it to be. It works. Fa. Yeah, maybe we'll do fatties. Maybe that'll work. Okay, let's see what this one sounds like, and maybe it'll be better for the enunciation. Fake. No, that's fey. It needs to be more like fa or fa. So that's why I'm thinking fatties. Yeah, father was on the right track, but the problem with that is it sounds too much. It's fa, not fa, and it just sounds off. Like, it'll work if I have to do it, but I want it to be closer to that. So then, he gets in trouble for saying it. What we'll do too is you guys get to all help make what Legal Mindset looks like. Fucking fly. Actually, while that's going, fantastic. Fantastic is also great. Fabric. Yeah, we'll try fatties first. There's fatties, fabric, fantastic. Yeah, okay.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, this place looks like it's for fatties.
Okay. All right, hold on. God damn it. I'm gonna move this all the way over. This is gonna override that.
Genuinely, this place looks like it's for fatties.
Come on. Okay, let's see.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, this place looks like it's for fat.
Oh, that's the one. That's perfect. Okay. All right. We're gonna play the intro through so that we can experience the we can experience it. Here we go.
Well, boys, and I mean this genuinely, it's time for a little divine intervention.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, this shit stinks worse than Frogan's fat folds.
Boys, And I mean this genuinely. This place looks like it's for
Oh, that's good. That's perfect. That's amazing. Oh my god, this is gonna be wonderful. That's perfect. Okay. All right. We're cooking with gas. Okay. This is gonna be it. Yeah, that is it. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna show you guys how we can. Yeah, I don't. Fuck off. I don't care about that. We now need to get a description for Legal Mindset. Give me just a second. Legal Mindset. Images. God damn, in some of these things, he had a fucking widow's peak that was just atrocious. Yeah, it's better that he comes that shit over because holy fuck, that widow's peak is ridiculous. Okay, we're gonna copy that image. Peak Cinema. Yeah, no, this is gonna be something truly special. Upload image. Yeah, I agree. I know. I want to describe this. Oh fuck! It wants me to save it. Hold on. Okay, it's gonna be very generic. Okay. All right. So here's a little bit of trickery, right? It's really important when you guys are doing any of these, any AI, anything. If you don't know how to describe somebody and you want to get a likeness, there's two ways that I do it. The first way is I'll just describe them as a caricature. The other way is I'll use Whisk and I'll upload an image of somebody. And then it'll give me a description. So there we go. Okay. That'll be fine. That's going to be close enough. Okay, so we have the intro sequence. That's great. And now we need to have the okay, here we go. So here's what we're gonna evolve it, right? So now we're after the whole sequence, right? Maybe I will add. I don't know. I'm gonna need to do something in order to get a voice in the back. How do I want to do this? Okay, so let me explain the concept really quick. So just in the in DaVinci, right? So we have the intro sequence, we have everything that happened, we have the song, and then right after the song is when it's going to be Tectone sitting outside of a lavish office, and you're going to hear in the background Legal Mindset screaming at somebody on the phone about Tectone and his word usage before calling Tectone in, and Tectone's just gonna sit there and not give a shit about what Andrew is saying, right? That's where I'm going with it, right? But what I'm trying to think of is, okay, what's gonna be the best way to get that imagery in there? So obviously I need a scene of Tectone sitting outside, but I also need to have the voice of Legal Mindset in there screaming at somebody on the phone, and I need like 8 seconds of it. And we're a bit late in production for me to say, hey Andrew, can you record 8 seconds of screaming at somebody at Twitch? So I'm just trying to think what would be the best, like when you're getting called to the principal's office. Yes, 100%. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm just how do I capture that? I mean, obviously we have Tectone sitting at like the visuals of where it's of what's happening. We understand and we get that, but I'm just thinking, how do I get the vocals? Do I burn a generation generating the vocals, or do I use like 11 Labs and just generate something? Because no matter what, I still have to doctor it inside of DaVinci to make it sound like it's coming from the other side of a wall. Um, I think we're just gonna do it, because the first thing I need is um, Andrew. Okay. Okay, so also I need to have the image up of the one that I used. So this is the one that I used. Yep, it's super fucking grainy. So he's got one hell of a fucking widow's peak. So we're gonna say he has a widow's peak. Obviously he's thin. He has a shiny jacket. Okay, um, with a wicked widow's peak. Uh, he's wearing a shiny dark gray suit because it looks shiny in the image. White dress shirt and black tie, dark watch, with gold trim, and blue face is visible on his left wrist. He has the air. He looks very much like a lawyer. Yeah, we're doing that. He is a thin, because he does look thin in that image, so I'm gonna grant him that. A thin, clean shaven, because he does not have facial hair. Um, Andrew is sitting at. Oh, let me get chat back up. League of Chat should wear a Hawaiian shirt, short, and sandals. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. A shiny. We're gonna make his suit a Hawaiian themed suit. Hawaiian themed suit jacket over a white dress shirt. Let's do that. We always talk about perhaps fit, not thin. No, we're gonna go with thin. Okay, so he has a Hawaiian shirt and a radical 90s inspired squiggly tie. Yep. All right. Here you go, Andrew. You are getting an upgrade. Let's see if you can match the energy of your AI character, provided it actually comes out looking decent. A Hawaiian suit. Yeah, so do I. So like these shirts, these are all Hawaiian shirts, and they all have various themes. Like I have one with like tigers and shit. I have one themed after all 4 Ace Ventura shirts. I have all kinds of shit. So each stream I plan on having a different one for at least the next 40 streams or so, because I have so fucking many of them. Retro Rifle. They are fantastic shirts. They feel good. They feel good in cold. They feel good outside when it's hot. I play golf in them. So pretty good. Andrew is sitting at a lavish desk in a spacious office decorated with dark wood, gold accents, and is styled in a mix of a gothic government and modern legal office. Okay, so Andrew, what is it? It was screaming into a phone. How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you are a bunch of worthless, or let's see, have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself. Okay, let's see if I can get all of that in one go. That might be too much dialogue. Oh, I need to describe his voice. He has a commanding but slightly higher pitch male voice. Okay. Give me a second. Let's see how this generates, and if it's good, then I'm gonna save the description of him. It means you have at least 40 more shirts than me. Yeah, no, man, that's rough. That's really rough. Yeah, no, these Retro Rifle, they're a lot of fantastic shirts. If I could actually do like a thing where I could get an affiliate link for it, that'd be a great time. I would be all about it. I would have so much fun, and I'd be getting so many more shirts. But alas, it is what it is. They're a little expensive, but in my personal opinion, they're very, very much worth it. They are excellent quality shirts. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Meanwhile, let's see what we generated here. I don't like the chords. Yep, nope, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. The most shit. Oh God. Well, there you go. There's legal mindset. All right, let's listen.
How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
How dare you ban my client over
Okay, we don't care about what was actually said. We care about just the fact that it generated that because we're only taking the audio. But that's perfect. Okay. Let me take this. Where's my character prompts? Give me a second. I now have created another page. Okay, perfect. Excellent. And there we go. Use Andrew's theme from his video. Ooh. I could. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I know what I'm going to do. I need to get the theme from his video, right? But so I need to do a little intro for him because I think it'd be funny. Andrew is standing with his arms crossed and scowling at the camera. He is on the right third of the screen. On the left, two are in a modern law office. On the left, 2/3, a blue title card appears with the words legal mindset. Okay. I think we're gonna do like a title card after his first interaction with Tectone to kind of break it up, just because we know that the scenes aren't going to be consistent. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So now we need. Wait, hold on. Did I fuck it up? No, I didn't fuck it up. Okay. So then here we need to have. Okay. How did I describe? First off, let's copy this. Let's look at this. Oops. Techie is sitting outside an office, reading a magazine about lobsters in a no, about anime in lobsters. Okay, there we go.
Are you prepared?
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the audio and I'm gonna put legal mindsets thing in there. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. Awesome. That's good. That's amazing. This is coming out pretty good. All right. So yeah, we. Okay, just to set the tone, I need this to finish, and then what I need to find that audio. I'll download the audio for his thing later, but right now I'm trying to get this scene. So we need another one where he's sitting behind a desk. Okay. All right. So we have that downloaded. Okay, so let me show you guys the idea that we're going for here, right? Nope, I do not want that. That's not what I wanted. Set later, don't care, go away. Did not mean to click on that. So we have that. Did I not download the one where he's screaming? I swore I did. No, I didn't. Okay. Yep. Alright, so now we have this on link, that, delete. Oh, shit. This is one thing that gets really frustrating with doing this. Link clips. Yep, I need that to be gone. Okay. So here we have the audio, EQ. I'm gonna kind of fuck with it there. All right, let's now.
How dare you ban my
Okay, that's not.
client over a fucking word?
Okay, we're fucking with the EQ a bit because we want it to sound like he's behind a door.
How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself.
Okay. All right, so do we want Tectone to be sitting out there reading his book about anime and lobsters and then have Andrew come out? Or do I need to regenerate the voice and have him start yelling for Tectone to come inside. I think I need to have him yell at Tectone. All right, let's try that one more time. And again, we're just getting the audio from it. This is the patience is exquisite agony. Yeah, I know. Change it to mindset legal. Ooh. Actually, that's a good idea because he's M. So he's mindset legal. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to have the scene of him talking to Tectone. This is going to be great. Andrew sounds a bit like Hassan IRL. I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree. This is one of the things that does suck about, like, when you have an idea and you're rolling with it and you're making content on Veo, the thing that is absolutely just so tedious and frustrating is at how long it takes to generate things. And you're just like, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to keep going. I want to make things. But you have to wait for it to do what it's doing. So, so far, this is looking pretty good. Let's, real quick, while we wait for these. Actually, hold on. Here we go.
How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself. Hey, Tectone, get in here.
Okay. All right. That's better. We're keeping that one. Let's see. Okay. And boom. Equalizer on. There. Excuse me. All right.
How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself. Hey, Tectone, get in here.
Excellent. All right. And
At
here we go.
Mindset Legal,
It Mindset Legal. That's so gay. Oh, that's perfect though. All right. So we have. Here we go. And hold on, I need to get Tectone's. Here we go. Boom. Now we have two characters, and now we're here for the most frustrating thing is to have them actually talk to one another. Looks in, and okay, so he's walking in and sits down in an armchair. In the office. In an armchair. Fuck it. Techie. Yo. I'm making this genuinely. I didn't know. I'd get banned. Andrew. Puts face in palms. Or puts hand on face in on his face. Ah, shit. How do I want to do this? Head in his hands in frustration. How did you not? And take off that dish rag off your head. Okay, let's see what happens here. Because it does look like a dish rag. Let's be fucking real. Can't wait for the next one to be out. Should Tectone be wearing his head or face palms. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. Like when it's one character, it's pretty easy, but when it's two characters, sometimes it'll be when you say puts his head in his, you know, or face palms or whatever. There's a lot of times where it will use the other person's. Ooh. Oh. Thank you. Hold on. I got a delivery of nutrients. Got some French toast and eggs. Okay. Or face palms, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. This is gonna be something. After the reveal of M is when we're gonna do the mindset legal thing. And then I'll go ahead and find the music for it and put it in there. I don't think he's gonna be ready for him being in this, especially with that suit. Like, oh no. Okay.
Yo, M, I mean this genuinely. I didn't know I'd get banned. How did you not? And take off that dish rag off your...
Yeah, and so welcome to multi-character conversations. Welcome to fucking with Veo to try and get this shit to not be so fucked. Great. Who will be Moneypenny? I don't know. Who should Moneypenny be? I haven't even thought about that, to be honest. That salt makes everything so fucking good. Hopefully finally have Hassan meet his demise in the series. Yes. It'll be it's gonna be pretty bad. So also just so that everyone kind of knows where the Menace crew is kind of heading. I have spoken about it before. After season 2, I don't know if I'm gonna do a season 3. And the reason I'm not going to do season 3, or I may not do a season 3, definitely not doing a season 4, is it's going to be a bit played out. And so once I finish with season 2, towards the end, I'll probably have a better idea of where things are heading on if I'm going to wrap it up with an ending for everybody, make it epic, make it awesome. The characters aren't going away, and that's not going to be, I'm not just going to stop making stuff. I'm just saying that the Menace crew in general, I might sunset it for a little bit and then come back later on. But in terms of general, like regular releases, they don't want to keep burning out the Menace crew as a thing. Every now and then I'll do something, but I'm just thinking of the creative direction. Is that after season 2? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what's gonna happen as far as the Menace crew goes, but we'll figure it out. Would it be easier to have Legal at a desk and have the camera in the perspective as Tectone? No, I want to have them both in the scene. It's just this is just something that happens with Veo. It's just what it is.
Yo, M, I mean this genuinely. I didn't know I'd get banned.
How did you not? And take off that dish rag off your head.
That would have been perfect if I hadn't fucked up the audio. Let's try it again. Also, he came in with it on his shoulders, and then it turned into a hat. Yeah, we'll try it again. Sometimes I'm fine with the fake generate with the BS generations, but other times I'm not. Slop Chronicles, short skits, current events, maybe. Yeah, no. Like I'm gonna keep making stuff. I guess what I meant by I don't know what I'm gonna do, it was more of I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Menace crew. I'm gonna keep making content, and I'm gonna keep doing stuff featuring the characters. But the Menace crew, I feel, is like at this point, it's grown into something that's more like the Avengers, in a sense of it's everybody getting together to conquer something. And instead, it's going to move on to short adventures of things that are happening with individual people, and also making fun of current events. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. So, gotta have a Somali prison scene. Nope, I can't do that just because of the direction of where this episode is going. So, the direction is making fun of the just gacha games, and I had to put syrup on the French toast. It's just making fun of gacha games, so it's going to be in South Asian, what's it called? Casino. So that's kind of where it's going. You saw my content on his YouTube? Really? Wow, I'm surprised that it was even up there.
Yo.
Can it be salvaged? Let's see. Hold on, before I do this.
Yo, I mean this genuinely. I didn't know I'd get banned.
Right.
How did you not? And take that dish.
Yeah, never mind. We're doing it again. This happened a lot, by the way, when I was doing the Lord of the Rings episodes. Actually, this happens a lot whenever I do anything with dialogue between two characters. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just something that happens with Veo. You just have to soak it up, and deal with it. It sucks, but what else are you gonna do? So yeah, the Menace verse. Yeah, I gotta find out what I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I don't want to continue the Menace crew forever. It's not sustainable, and B, there's not enough happening on a regular basis to justify me really doing Menace crew things. And that was a decision that I came to before I knew that Asmongold was even going to go on break. So it has nothing to do with people being on break or doing other stuff or anything like that. It just has everything to do with integrity of the content and not overdoing it and forcing it when it doesn't need to be. So things are going to be more focused on individual characters or characters doing individual things in the future. So yeah, that's kind of where things are going. But yeah, whenever I'm making any of these scenes with multiple characters, and they're talking, undoubtedly it's going to take between 2 to 8 scenes to get it right. Asmund went on his break finally. I think he's going to be. I have a distinct feeling that he's going to be going on break. I think it was already announced that he is already, but if he didn't and said that he's really thinking about it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yo, I mean this genuinely. I didn't know I'd get banned. How did you not? And take that dish rag off your head.
Okay. Keeping it. Don't know why they're Brits, but fuck it. Okay. It was this one that we got here. And then nope, not that one. That one. Okay. And then I have to get rid of that first frame. Cool. Oh. Oh. So, yeah. For him, yeah, I think it really has to. Don't make me call Tectone's dad. I think that would be good later. I definitely think that'll be of value. Okay, so here's what we got so far, right? So we have our intro sequence where he ends up getting canceled right here.
Boys, And I mean this genuinely. This place looks like it's for
It's so good.
How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself. Hey, Tectone, get in here.
Yo, M, I mean this genuinely. I didn't know I'd get banned. How did you not? And take that dish rag off your head.
The no audio portion is obviously gonna have Legal Mindset's little intro thing on there, but I think it works. Why wouldn't they be Brits in James Bond inspired setting? Because it's still the characters that I've created, and I don't like. It's fine if it's there. There's a lot of times where I can't control the accent, no matter how hard I try. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the, especially the Lord of the Rings segments, where I tried everything in my power to get them to have a non-British accent, and it did not fucking work whatsoever. It was super, super frustrating. So it is what it is, but I would still prefer it to be the character that I created instead of swapping accents all the time. In a James Bond setting, it kind of makes sense if he's talking to other people. And by other people, I'm talking like he's talking to a hotel concierge, he's talking to an enemy, or anything like that, changing up his accent, right, to keep people guessing. But his true accent that he's talking that in the office shouldn't be that. You know what I mean? For Lord of the Rings stuff, the British accent worked. Yeah, like I know it worked, but I wanted it to still be like very like hammer over the head stupid type shit. So it didn't really work. But I think this is going to be fantastic. I think this is going to be really funny. So we're going to do one final like run through of all of this, and then we'll work on the next segment. So let's see. Okay, here we go. We're gonna watch it one time through of what we got, and then that'll give me a little bit of time to eat breakfast, but it'll also give us time to see the vibe, the feel, and where we want things to go. The only scenes that I know for a fact that I want to have is I need to have something of Tectone asking Donut, Brandon, Charlie, and Asmund for help. Every single one of them is going to say no, and he's going to be like, God damn it, I don't want to ask him, but I'll go ask him anyways. And he goes and asks Nux, and that's what happens. So Nux is going to be in there, and then Tectone's going to get the briefing from Legal Mindset as to what to do, and then they're going to go to the casino. I know that's what's going to happen for sure. Outside of that, it is wide open. The casino is also going to be very much focused on gacha things and pulling and cards and anime and that sort of shit. So we'll figure it out. But we're going to do a once through really quick.
Well, boys, and I mean this genuinely, it's time for a little divine intervention.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, this shit stinks worse than Frogan's fat folds.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely. This place looks like it's for
fucking lobsters for money. Money makes the world go round. Get paid if you're hungry. Nothing ever slows us down, so it's all about the money. So you better work for it, honey. If you wanna make it in this world, if you wanna get the pearls, if you wanna be the king, you better get on your thing, get your dollars, get your cheddar, get your bacon, get your bread up, cause it's all about the money, because it's all about the money. Because it's all about the money. Fucking lobsters for money. Money makes the world go round. Get paid if you're hungry. Nothing ever slows us down, so it's all about the money. So you better work for it, honey. If you wanna make it in this world, if you wanna get the pearls, if you wanna be the king, you better get on your thing, get your dollars, get your cheddar, get your bacon, get your bread up, cause it's all about the money, because it's all about the money. Because it's all about the money.
How dare you ban my client over a fucking word? Twitch, you have terrorists on your platform. Go fuck yourself. Hey, Tectone, get in here.
Yo, Em, I mean this genuinely. I didn't know I'd get banned. How did you not? And take that dish rag off your head.
Okay. All right. That's where we're at. And we still have a whole fucking episode to do. But this is where we're at so far. His adventure got cut short because he couldn't. He decided to say a word. I think he is gonna have to put something back into the F box, but I think that's gonna actually be a thing in here. So that's kind of where we're going. That's a wrap. No, so it's this is the direction that it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be pretty fucking fantastic. I think it's gonna be really funny. So. Yeah, what I need to do. Oh my goodness. What I need to do is I need to figure out the best way. Obviously we know how he's going to get there, the Jew tunnels, so that's going to be a thing. There is going to be a car chase at some point. And they got to get to the casino, and I need to figure out how they're going to introduce the casino or how he finds out about it. So we'll see where things kind of lead. I don't want to spoil too much more about where things are going to go from here, just because, you know, you guys also want to see things and all of that. But the blue hand is next. Yes. I will actually spoil some of the music. And I know some of you guys have been here for a while, or have listened to it before. But I do want to play some of the music that's going to be in the episode. Let's see. Where's a good one? Okay, so yes, Nux is going to be in there, and so it's a dual spy show. I could actually do the end at the mosque. Ooh, interesting. That's actually a really good concept. I like that. He ends up having to go back there anyways. But what does that have to do with anime and gacha in the casino? Well, no, it would have to do with money. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that actually sounds good to me. That sounds funny. Let's do it. Okay, so it's a dual spy thing. Obviously, the main focus of it is going to be Tectone as the James Bond stand-in. Fun fact, I did actually reach out to Shinya and I asked, hey, is Tectone a fan of these movies? Does he enjoy watching them? Shinya told me no. I think Shinya has some pretty good knowledge on Tectone. So that's why I was curious as to what Tectone's response to the episode would be. So I don't know. It'll be a thing. But Tectone is the James Bond, and we have Nux as the Splinter Cell stand-in. So those are the two kind of things that we're playing off of. So we have the sweeping orchestral scores for the Tectone portions because it fits James Bond, and then for the Splinter Cell stuff, I went and tried to emulate things off of the best Splinter Cell album and game, which is Chaos Theory. So this is kind of his action sneaking around track. And again, I need to do more with it, but here we go. So that's the sneaking portion that's going to be there for the it's going to be there just as a to kind of get that vibe of Amon Tobin. Amon Tobin is a fantastic artist that does that a lot of really experimental type shit. Most of his stuff is not great for easy listening. It's definitely not for most people. And so this kind of makes it a little bit easier to listen to. But man, the way that it fit in Chaos Theory was a fucking vibe. Absolutely insane. Josh, that's actually not a bad idea where they find out about it from the Nuxonomicon. That's not a bad idea. I just have to think about how to introduce that. I'll figure out a way to get that in there. And the intro would be the part before the end. The foreshadowing it's less foreshadowing because if you watch any James Bond movie, the intro never really has anything to do with the rest of the movie. At least from the what I remember. I could be very wrong and I may have to go back and watch a whole bunch more James Bond movies, but from what I remember is the intro was always kind of a standalone thing, right? But it's not a bad callback to have them need to go back to London to do that. So that's not bad. The other section that I have is their kind of escape theme, which is using that same Amon Tobin style, but with the Menace Crew theme. So that's kind of what I'm going with there. That's kind of their escape theme. So again, just really playing off of those two things. James Bond, I like James Bond movies. They're a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's really it's crazy. But the thing is that if I want to play a game, James Bond games have always kind of sucked, and Splinter Cell is just phenomenal. So yeah, the music is going to be really good. The only thing I really need to figure out is some more background cinematic scores that are there for all of the different action portions and stuff. So that's going to be a challenge to do. So I have to look for I have that to look forward to. Another character that can be linked to Gacha games. Well, one of the enemies and one of the bad guys is going to be Tuhu. So that's a thing that was spoiled in the trailer. So that is definitely going to be a thing in there. I also think, so hear me out and you can tell me if this is a decent idea or not, but I think that ultimately a success is going to be had, but they're going to find out that they were at the, like a satellite casino. They didn't go to the right one, like the main one, they moved it or something like that, and a target escaped or something escaped, and they went back empty-handed, and so they have to go back for it. But when they go back for it, they do it in a Menace Crew episode, and instead of being James Bond style, it's more Ocean's 11 style. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. Let's see. What else have we got? Yeah, I just need to find make some more just music that can be in the background. I also think Blandish, are you in here? Or not Blandish, Birdo. You and your fucking gay music ballad, I think is gonna have to be there. Something similar to this is gonna have to exist for like a very down moment. And for those that haven't heard it, well, I'm about to curse your ears with the unfortunate creation of Birdo. Blandish, this was not your unfortunate creation. This was Birdo.
No one told me it'd be so intense. Never said I would be here again, to where the summer never ends. Smoking leaves, weaving dreams, gay elves on Fen. Playing with our friends. There's a party in the twinkle crotch, playing hopscotch, looking up at the stars, consuming our minds by dropping bars with fentanyl, with alcohol, being the gayest people in fantasy, fucking butts and saying no to pussy. Gay elves on Fen.
I just had an idea. What if Tectone, part of him being a Pokemon trainer, he has a collection of gay elves in his Pokeballs that he throws as an attack, and they just start causing a ruckus inside of the casino, and that song is playing as they're getting tased, as they're like falling down, things like that. Sir Bird, you regret nothing? Yeah. But what if we play into the whole Pokemon thing, and he throws out a collection of Pokeballs that have gay elves on Fent, and they just start. That's like the main distraction and the last like thing that he has in his arsenal. And that way we can actually legitimately get that song in there, because we do know that Tectone has already opened the F box. Meat Canyon can be a character. I mean, I can do something with that if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to burn it yet, especially on this episode. But I think it'd be funny to have him as part of it. But yeah, I'm thinking to myself, this song is hilarious, and I think it'd be great to have in there. And what I need to do is, okay, so let me. All right, here we go. We're gonna brainstorm this with some stuff that we have to do. So Techie has to repent and put something in the F box, but decides against it. Okay, so we're going to have something in there where he's told that he has to put something in the F box, but he decides against it and to be sneaky. And that's how we can get the gay elves on Fent in there as the Pokemon, right? Gay elves as Pokemon that Techie uses in combat. Okay, what else? What else are we doing? Pokemon is gacha, so it checks out. Yeah, 100%. Tectone is the Game On trailer. I mean, he wants to be gay, but he can't be gay. So the closest he can get is to use the F box and throw gay elves. That's what I'm thinking. Right. Let's see. You don't think that one was used? Oh, wait, Martian meth mining? How do we not do that one? I think we're gonna have to do that one at some point, and I think we're gonna have to have an episode that goes with that, with somebody going to Mars to stop them from mining meth. You got to figure out how they find out about the casino. So I've gotten a lot of concussions. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so I got to figure out how they get to the casino. How they get to the casino is, Techie is told by M to talk to Nux about an assignment, and they have, so maybe, or how do I want to do this? I don't want Tuhu to be the main villain. I just want him to be some random fucking idiot that gets steamrolled and he's just there just as a fucking joke. Is Tuhu just like a broke dick gambler that's in the casino and then he just gets steamrolled by Tectone? Would that be decent? You snuck that one past me. Yeah, Martian meth mining. That sounds good. That sounds like a quality song to me. And a good, funny concept. Maybe it's like its own video of like what we would find on Mars. From like it could be like Elon Musk talking about what he found on Mars, and it turns out that it was all fueled by like Adderall and and a cocktail of other drugs, and that's how he saw the whole Martians mining meth. Maybe we'll do that one. That sounds funny. Okay, so Techie has to repent, put something in the F box. How does he find out about it? We do know that Tuhu is a idiot gambling. He means nothing. He is just there to be referenced because it's gacha and to be made fun of. How do they find out about it? Techie is told by M something about gacha and gambling. Techie makes an attempt at, or looks at casino, realizes he needs help, gets help from Nux. I think casino style bat scene for Tuhu. So I'm trying. Here's the thing. I have to figure out alternative forms of conflict resolution. I can't just have straight up just go in and just straight up combat, because if I do, then Veo doesn't really understand how to do any of that. As an example, like, it doesn't understand punching. Like, it understands, like, the motion, but it doesn't understand, like, the impact of punching. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it needs to be alternative forms of conflict resolution. Like, getting hit with stuff, like, sometimes works. But whether or not you actually get something that solidly connects and, like, makes sense, then it works. Oh, yeah, the banana. Yeah. I forget what in the... this was an alternative. This is actually one of the generations that it gave me for the... Yeah, this is what it gave me for Tectone fighting the fucking minions. Don't know why it did this, but this is what it did, and that's also why I ended up with Tectone just shooting his revolver at the fucking minions and murdering them one by one.
Bello.
Papoy! Vito!
Yeah, it's just some fucking cancer. That's what that is. So it's just trying to find alternative generations around it. Like in the Lord of the Rings episode, Lord of the Rings portion of episode 2, that's why I had him, Tectone, fighting against XQC by using magic cards. Right? So it's trying to find alternate ways of ending a conflict in a comedic way without resorting to just actual kinetic shit. The sounds are great. Yeah. See, here's the thing. I can... there's other AI out there that can generate some okay visuals. Veo was still the king when it comes to any of the visuals, right? But the fact that it gets the sound effects and music and other stuff right is extremely impressive to me. I use it a lot, but I'm going to pull up some of the DJ scenes that I did where, again, I'm just putting in the prompts. There, I do nothing further, and it creates the scene. Like in this one, for example. Like anything else out there does not do anywhere close to as good as Google. So, yeah, pretty hard to beat. Okay, so I think we're pretty set. It's definitely, let me do this one. It's definitely this right here that sells it for me. And it makes perfect sense as to why, like, it's cut out.
Boys, and I mean this genuinely, this place looks like it's for fat.
Oh, so good. It's so dumb, but it's perfect. It's perfect. And if people are like, whoa, you can't put that in there. It's like, no, I'll send you the original clip. And the original clip is him talking about fatties. So, all right. Okay, so where are we at? So we were also at 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and then we have well over half of that. It's like 2.5 minutes taken up of the song. Okay. Chances are, what I'm thinking with this track, this video, this is probably gonna be a 15-minute video, like from start to finish, to actually get done. So at least that's what I have in mind, because we still have to get from point A to point B, and I don't want to overly rush things. I do know that in the notes, I do know that Tectone is going to have to take a Jew tunnel, because he's going to realize that it's in Asia, and because it is based in James Bond, but it still has Menace Crew people. The HQ is in Texas. So yeah, I gotta figure it out. We'll see what we can come up with, but so far this is fucking gold. To be honest, without Tectone getting banned, I think that the intro would have been a lot longer, and it would have been kind of, I don't know, it might have felt like too much, I think. So the fact that we got to where we are, I think is pretty good. I do need to get a track that's gonna play in the background, maybe, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where things are right now. This is looking good. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Does anyone actually know? No, I don't think he made it. I don't know where he would have gotten his thing. I'll just steal it off of his video. So what I'm going to do is right now, I am going to go shit, and I want to take care of a few things around the house. I'm also going to download the Legal Mindset video so I can, or the intro, so I can at least get that music segment. And then I'll put it in there, and I'm going to keep working on this a little bit so I don't spoil things too much. There's going to be some things that I'm not going to do that we can work on to collaborate with a bit better. But in the meantime, I am going to plug a website, so you can support me there. All the methods of support, from merch to Patreon, buy me a coffee, crypto, if that's really your thing. Again, entirely optional. People just wanted ways to support. That is the best way to support, is all the links on there, however you choose. But I will say the absolute best way to support is just to share some of the videos and content that I've done to other people. I'm all about sharing, a laugh and fun whenever I can. Yeah, I know right now I'm down real bad. I mean, I have an $8,000 hole to climb out of before I can start seeing a single dollar. That's also why I have managed to scum a few things to get onto Venmo, which I can actually use with the Venmo debit card versus everything else. But generally speaking, it's a lot. So a lot of this is for me to interact with you guys a bit more, have some fun, and all of that. But yeah, this is going to be quite a bit to figure out. All that being said, I mean, I'm still staying positive and having a good time. And, if I can brighten somebody's day, I'm all about it. So with that, have a fantastic rest of your morning. I believe the donut is going to be live today. I do not believe that Tectone's live today. But, yeah, with that, I will be live tonight. I know I said yesterday I was going to be live last night. There's some shit that came up that I had to take care of, but tonight I will be live, and I don't think we're going to do a little bit of content creation with music and video, but for the most part, probably going to be playing some games. So there's that. Sometimes you just skate the edges and hang on for dear life. Yeah, no, 100%. That's exactly. Was talking to Donut about you and trying to share how to help. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah. I am not somebody that is great at asking for help. I have a lot of pride, and it's really hard to get past that. So, and I know there's a lot of other people that want to keep saying things being made. I may end up doing also as soon as I finish season 2, I'm probably going to also do a GoFundMe, not for myself, but to see if people want to actually see a complete Lord of the Rings series, not series, but like video, like a one complete continuous video done in Lord of the Rings styling with Menace crew characters. And so I might do that, but generally speaking, yeah, I'm not big on asking for help. If other people want to do that, I will not say no to it, but I'm pretty bad about it. In any case, go have fun with Donut. Go have fun over there. I may be in chat later on, but right now, yeah, I gotta go shit, and I gotta work on some other stuff that I can't do live. But yep, that being said, have a good one, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. I will be on live tonight, 8 p.m. Central.